What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Buildit video, and today we are going to be talking about the contest of mayors. However, we are going to be talking about the contest of mayors for you level 11 players. Now, I have not done a video on this because it's a relatively new thing. The EA people decided that they were going to allow the level 11 players to participate in the contest of mayors. Now, this is going to be a totally different technique than what you guys normally are used to hearing about. The decisions are going to be so much different. The whole ordeal is a totally different thing. Now, there's still a lot of similarities in how you're going to the technique you're going to use to pick your tasks is going to be the same. However, the rules are changing, right? So you're still going to look at, let's say, the amount of time remaining, the city level, and, you know, slots and upgrades and everything. So setting the scene is still very much a part of this, okay? However, the dynamics of each task are going to change. So remember back when I had told you guys that I have a contest of mayors guide, and in that guide I kind of put a definition next to each task, what you need to know about it. Is it a task that pops up in multiples? Is it a premium or non-premium, meaning how many points does it have the ability to be worth? Is it something that occurs all the time, or is it something that occurs less frequently? You know, all of these things are things that you need to know about each task. Now, given that circumstance and reading that contest of mayors guide, it's going to be just a little tricky, but it is going to be doable, okay? So you're level 11, maybe you've restarted, maybe this is your alt, okay? Maybe this is your feeder city and you just want to earn some points, or maybe you've restarted and you are curious to see if you can win Mega as a level 11 player to make it a little easier on yourself. Well, I have some semi-bad news, semi-good news. The good news is that you can play the contest of mayors as a level 11 player. The bad news is it's not necessarily going to be easier, okay? It kind of depends. So unfortunately, most of the people that you're going to be going up against that are going to be giving you a hard time, you have a higher chance of them being hacked, okay? Now, within reason, a lot of people will hack cities and they'll stay a low level and they'll kind of go under the radar for a little bit. They'll, you know, mess around with some stuff, and then they'll either increase the level on their city or they kind of hover around a certain level, right? It depends on what the reason is that they're hacking for. But usually when somebody's hacking the contest of mayors, it's usually just to be an asshole. To be honest with you, it really is. Because they can hack the buildings without participating in the contest. They can hack the rewards, the rares, the cash, the whatever. So when they're doing this, they're doing it strictly just to screw it up for somebody else. And that is a really shitty thing to do. Because, you know, it's one thing if you want to hack your own game and not get the fulfillment of actually accomplishing something through strategy and intelligence, but not everybody wants to cheat. Some of us want to play legitimately. And so when you're forced, unfortunately, to go against hackers, it can be really frustrating when you are playing correctly and they just come in and ruin it for all the people that are actually doing good. Now, what can you do? And how do you do this? How do you play the contest of mayors as a level 11 player versus a level 18 player, a level 24 player, or higher? So it's going to be tricky, okay? That's facts. Now, here's why. There's a couple of very important things that you need to take into consideration as a level 11 player. First off, your population. Okay, getting your population up to a certain point is going to be very helpful to you at this point because you have a couple of different tasks available to you. Okay, you have the airport tasks that can pop up whether you unlocked the airport or not, which can kind of work against you. Now, the airport requires a lot of population to unlock it. And as a level 11 player, realistically, the amount of pop boost, I don't even know entirely if it's possible to even hit the amount you need for Tokyo. I don't even think you can. I honestly haven't tried, but given the type of homes that you're going to be building, the amount of homes that you're going to have on your map, and the amount of pop boosters that you have available to you, the categories, I think you could, if you really tried hard enough and you laid them out perfectly on a grid pattern and all that, you might be able to unlock the airport at level 11. It's probably possible. I've never tried. But given those circumstances, let's just go ahead and assume that you haven't yet. And let's assume that you haven't unlocked the VU Tower yet, or the 5-slot factories. Now, most of you guys, if you watch my building guide, a lot of you guys were told to skip the 4-slot factories and purchase the 5-slot factories, because the 4-slot factories, to be quite frank, they're a big ripoff. You're better off just going straight to the 5 slots. However, if you plan on hovering around level 11 and participating in the contest, it might be advised that you either get the population that you need to get the 5-slot factories, if possible, or just bite the bullet and buy the 4-slot factories so that you can speed up some of your production tasks. Now, this is going to be a very difficult process because you have a certain amount of tasks available to you that you need to complete, but more importantly, the time to do it. If you are a level 11 player, you don't have any tokens unlocked, and you don't have the group feature unlocked either. So doing war tasks is not exactly ideal, being how you can't even participate in war at all, right? So there's that. And then you have no airport, which kind of sucks, right? So you wouldn't want to do airport tasks anyways, unless you were in Mega. Okay, then you have upgrade war cards, but again, you can't do that one because you're not participating in war, and it shouldn't be giving you those tasks unless you've actually unlocked that feature. Now, again, this is all new, right? This whole playing the contest of mayors at level 11 is a new thing. So I don't know, maybe they do give you war tasks whether you have war unlocked. I haven't messed with it enough, but I don't think that they do. Now, they are constantly changing things, and I will update you as I find them out or as they change the best that I can. So how are you going to pick your tasks if you have no tokens, you have no airport, you have no VU tower, and you are trying to camp so you're not doing upgrades, and production tasks are limited? Well, this is where it gets a little tricky now, huh? Because I pretty much just annihilated your entire list. But there is ways that you can add quick, fast, easy points and see what you can do, because you're going to be going against people of the same level, so they're going to be experiencing the same struggles that you are. So the contest of mayors preparation could be essentially the key to winning. The better prepped you are, the faster you're going to be able to get those production tasks done, which means you will have a huge advantage to the people that you're going up against, because most people probably aren't prepping very well, right? So they get a task that requires production, and they're unable to complete it as quickly as you are, and thereby unable to put up as many points as you are because they can't finish in time. So being prepped is going to be a huge key factor in this as a level 11 player. It's always been a huge key factor, you know, at any level, but the lower the level, the lower the opportunity to speed up production, and the higher the demand for preparation is. So a level 18 player needs to prep a lot harder and more efficiently than, let's say, a level 24 player, because they have gold tokens. A high level player, like higher than level 24, needs to can get away with prepping less, essentially, because they have a wider variety of tasks that they don't focus predominantly on production tasks as a high level player. Most of their tasks are going to be regionals, upgrades, airports, and things like that. But at your level, that's what you're predominantly going to be focused on, and that's where the complications and difficulties are going to occur. So I have somebody here who is a level 11 player, and it is his first week in Metro. He wants to give it a try in Mega, see how it goes, and go from there. He has been communicating with me during the entire time of his contest this week, so the last day, right? So CoM started last night for me around 10:30 or 11, and I woke up, I got a message from him, and I've been kind of working with him off and on all morning, and I decided that it would be a good time to kind of record what the contest of mayors is like at this level and try to give you guys some pointers so that you guys don't screw up your game, okay? So he says, here's my assignment list. I did one assignment to expand the city area. Then I went to bed. Okay. So in this particular instance, we are setting the scene. This is what he's doing right now. He's setting the scene. He's telling me what he's done and all that good shit. So why is it okay for him to do this? Because he's in a lower league. He can do these expand cities, okay? It's also good to get these taken care of before he gets to Mega, and it's also good for him to clear up any space that dozer is taking up and get that assignment at least off of his list for the time being. It will occur again, but at least for now it's gone. Okay, so it's double points week. So taking that into consideration, everybody needs to focus on having a 4K average, not a 2K average. That does not affect the way that you are choosing your tasks. That just affects the way you are looking at them. Okay, like, okay, you know, instead of it being 2K, it's now 4K. So don't get tricked by the points values being higher versus lower. The decisions are all still going to be the same. It's just, it's the same general concept. Okay, he says, I am Pacific time zone, which is the same as me, and the monster will not be here until 3 p.m. Now, when he had sent this, it was 7 a.m. Okay, so that tells me that he has a very high-valued monster task on his list, and that's why he's telling me this information. Because if he had a low monster on his list, he wouldn't be telling me this because he would probably be avoiding that task. Okay. Now, given his level, his city level, he may not have to avoid that task even out of a low points value. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Then he says that he is not in Mega. This is a huge bit of information that I need to have in order to give him the proper advice. Him being in Mega is going to make a huge difference in which assignments he chooses. So he's in Metro. Okay. He is level 11. He has 54,000 population. Why is this important? Because it tells me what he has unlocked. I know that he needs 90,000 or 70,000 or whatever it is to, I think it's 90,000 to unlock the VU tower. And he needs a certain amount to unlock the airport, which he states here that he does not have. Then he says that he has 5 4-slot factories so that he can do 20 items at a time. This is helpful information for those factory production tasks. Then he says the hardware, nails and boards only. Building supply is hammers, tapes, and shovels. So he has the shop names backwards right now. The hardware store is actually the one with the hammers, and the building supply store is the one with the nails. Okay. Then he says that he has veggies only unlocked in the farmer's market. Okay, so I'm assuming he had veggies prepped. And his furniture store, he has chairs only, so he would have chairs prepped. And he has, I know he has planks prepped from a later conversation that we had, so he had 11 planks prepped. Now he says production slots can make iron, wood, plastic, seeds, and minerals. Any suggestions would be appreciated. All right, so we open up his thing here. He had told me that he had done that expansion for 4,000 points. Now, looking at his list, he's got a total of 49 tasks remaining, and he's got some really excellent tasks here for his level. So he's got that 5,000 point monster. Now, granted, that is the correct choice, right? That would be his next move if the monster was actually here, but he's not. And given the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of other really high value tasks, he can't afford to wait all this time in order to get going here because of his city level. He's got to get something going and get it done now, right? If he wants to finish on time and put points up, he's got to get going. So he does not have until 3 p.m. to wait to do one damn task, okay? And because he's in Metro, we're not taking it as seriously. Now, leaving the monster to the side, because we're not going to cancel the monster. That's a good 5,000 points in a couple of hours, and it can get done relatively quickly. What is the next option here that should be done? He has a 3,080 metal, which we know he's going to be able to get that done really quickly, but wood is actually higher than metal. So that would be my next choice, right? Because it's the next highest value task that can be done pretty quickly. But before we get ahead of ourselves here, we want to continue looking. Even though we know that wood is probably going to be our choice, we want to just double check everything. So moving down the list, we have 3,200 for the keys. And on that term, because of his city level, because of the league that he's in, the keys are not out like they normally would be. This is actually a really good task for him. Unfortunately, he does not have the VU tower unlocked, so he would either have to pay for cargo shipments, or he would have to wait until he unlocked a portion of the pass that actually has keys. So he told me that he is not quite there yet. He has about a level and a half to go before he unlocks keys, and he will also get keys from the monster once he kills it, so he can do it after that. So that's out for the time being. Now he has the 2,640 for the planks, which is a little bit low, but it's definitely a rotatable task and something that he can do quickly because he already has them prepped. But it's still drastically lower than the production for wood, so we definitely are still going with the wood first. But planks are in the near future. Okay, 2,400 Latin American home. That is a one upgrade, and it would normally be worth 1,200 points. We are going to let that sit probably for the entire contest. Now, the cargo ship deliveries, again, on a normal week, that's 1,200. But given the fact that he is in Metro and he needs quick, fast points, this particular task can cost him anywhere from 10 cash to 20 cash. Now, if he has a realistic chance of winning and he has quite a bit of cash, this may be an option that we can use to open something up later, but right now, no. We're going to go ahead and cross that off. Okay, going down the list, we also have an Earn Simoleons task. This task he should be thinking about prepping for. He should have his taxes being accumulated, and any uncollected sales in his depot should remain there so that he can use them when he gets to this task. This task we normally never do, right? Normally we ignore it, but again, he's level 11, right? So quick, fast, easy points. That is an excellent task for him in the near future if he just needs some quick points. Okay, now he has a minerals task for 2,160 points, but as you saw above, he still has metal and wood, so we're not going to prep those yet because they're worth a lot less. Now he has tape for 1920, but he said that he had shovels already prepped, right? So for the time being, we're going to hold off prepping the tape just yet because we're going to see if it gives him any other tasks once he clears some of these high point tasks out. The veggies, he said that he only had veggies unlocked in the barn, which means that he would have all of those prepped, and so he could pick those up at any time. Again, that's only for 7 veggies, so he could collect one and have one making at all times and thereby not losing any profits. Then he has a regular residential upgrade at 800 on a normal week, and this here he could do without leveling up if he had to, but realistically he's probably not going to touch that task. So which task is the correct choice? Again, monster isn't here for a while, so the correct task would be wood because it sits higher than metal. Okay? All right, so assuming that he did the wood. Okay, he did the wood. Now he got hammers. Remember when I said that we're going to wait and see if he gets anything higher in replacement for those tape? Well, he just did. So he has shovels prepped, as he informed me in the messages. And so what we decided was that since he still had other tasks that he needed to get done, and he doesn't have tokens, he needs to get those hammers making. Now, shovels take a lot longer than hammers, right? So we don't want to clear out 11 shovels just yet. So we're going to clear out 1 shovel and put 1 hammer down and at least have that making for the time being. That being said, his next top choice would be the metal, because it's the next highest premium, essentially. So he's going to go ahead and do the metal. Once he does the metal, he gets seeds for 3,540 points. This is obviously the next choice. It is the highest one on the list and the most efficient, right? Okay, so keeping in mind that he still has all of these other things going here, he goes ahead, does the seeds. That takes about an hour. Now, he gets a 7,200 upgrade. This cannot sit. Now, why are we choosing to cancel this right now versus let it sit? Because, first off, he's in Metro. Second off, there's not a lot of high tasks here. So now would be a really good time to cancel this. And he already has 1 upgrade at the bottom and then another upgrade about midway. So that would be the 3rd upgrade on his list. So realistically, he has a pretty good chance of getting something better if he cancels this task. And he can afford to cancel it because of the league he's in, the time remaining, and yada yada. So go ahead, cancels that, gets a chairs task for 1920. Now, as stated above, he only has chairs unlocked. So we know he has all the chairs prepped and ready for pickup. Okay, now, what is the next choice? Chairs are not the highest out of his best options. So moving down the list, again, we probably, it's probably been about enough time to make probably 3-4 hammers by now. So that's still not the highest one on the list, though. So let's keep moving. Monster still isn't there. Keys still not doable. And now we're at the planks. This is the next highest premium. This here, the planks are done and ready for pickup. It's his next highest premium. We're going to go with the planks. Okay, now he gets nails. This is an excellent task. However, because he doesn't have tokens unlocked and he just cleared out the planks, he doesn't have anything prepped. So he can do the nails relatively quickly, right? Within reason, but not quick enough. So he can either choose to wait for the nails, or he can proceed on and just try to get something done while he makes the nails. I would instruct him to collect on the chairs, okay? So that's when he sends in a screenshot of the leaderboard. Now, at this point, this is where a leaderboard assessment comes in play, okay? Being said it's Metro, it's not a huge deal, but I wanted to kind of share with you guys some things that you can look for to see if somebody is in fact cheating. This is highly suspicious to me that this person has this many points already. Now, it is double points week, so there's that. But even without double points week, that's almost 100,000 points, right? So that's a lot for somebody who, and like I said, this is where you need to open up your ears and listen real good. When you are analyzing somebody's profile, you want to look at what they're capable of doing and what they're not capable of doing. For instance, this person is a level 12, right? So we know that they are not upgrading, right? More than likely. So unless they go up in level, we can assume that they have not done any upgrade tasks. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. We don't know. But either way, it's not enough to earn 100,000 points. So what other tasks can they do and how quickly? Because of the short amount of time that the contest has been going and the large amount of points this person has put up, it has me questioning what type of tasks are they doing to earn this many points? So either they're out of tasks or they have some explaining to do. Because when you look very closely, this person does not have tokens unlocked, same as him. So he can only do production tasks so fast, right? Now, that being said, he doesn't have war unlocked either. So without the war feature, and then I had him send me the profile shots, looking at this person's population, it also indicates that this person does not have a the VU tower unlocked or the airport, and that they don't have 5-slot factories unlocked either. So they're not able to do factory tasks as quickly as he can. So, you know, or faster than he can, I mean. And he's basically at the same point in the game that he is. He's not able to speed anything up with tokens. He doesn't have the airport. He's likely not doing upgrades. And let's look at how long he's been participating in the contest. He's already level 37 of the contest. He's only participated in 1 season. He has not bought the premium pass, and he's only rank 14. This tells me this is a relatively new account. Okay, he's only participated in 1 season. So with somebody who has a relatively new account, how is he able to put up this many points this quickly? It doesn't add up. It's either an alternate account and he has knowledge of the game and is moving things very, very quickly, or he's hacked and something isn't right. Okay? But something is suspicious. I don't know if he's hacked, but it definitely is suspicious to me how quickly he's been able to put up these points. Now, the war tab, as you can see here, he's defeated 11 monsters. He is not able to be in a club. He doesn't have epic projects unlocked. And just all around, something just isn't adding up. Now, it would be nice if I could actually see the war cards, the expanding of the war cards if he were to hit see all. Doesn't necessarily mean he's hacked. He could have purchased some bundle packs or whatever, earned things from the VU pass and things like that, because he has killed quite a bit of the monsters. But it just, I don't know, it's not adding up, you know. We'll see how many more points he puts up today and how quickly, and then we'll go from there. But for now, he's just trying to get promoted, or at least go for second place if first place is in fact unreachable. Now, moving on, let's see. Okay, so, wrong one. Let's go back. Right about here is where we left off. Okay, so he did the chairs and he got an expand city, which I'm assuming is, okay, he says, I am able to do the expand city area task. Then the nails task can be started in about 10 minutes and will take 35 minutes to make extra 7. I am continuing to add hammers. Okay, so do the expand. Okay, so is this making sense? So here's the thing. With this particular situation, we are doing quick, fast, and easy points. We are making sure that all shops are prepped at all times and that we are constantly working on something and trying to go as quickly as possible, and you don't want to spend a lot of downtime, okay? So you're going to be making decisions that you are not normally used to, or that you have not heard me talk about. You know, you're going to be doing the coins tasks. You're going to be doing the quick tasks that you're not used to, maybe keys or VU repair or whatever the case may be. Okay? If you can upgrade your population to unlock the VU tower using the transportation category, that would be good. You can also buy certain parks and things like that. I'm assuming this is a updated photo that hasn't come in yet. Give it a second here to load and see if it works. Okay, there it goes, I think. Never takes this long to load. What the hell is going on here? Give me a minute. Okay, so for whatever reason, it's still a little bit blurry, but I can make out what it is. So this is a upgrade town building for 2,400 points. It is not going to be done. It's not going to be canceled. So we're on to plan B, and that is the nails and proceeding on with depositing the hammers. Hopefully those will be done by the time the nails are done. Then we'll see where we're at and possibly be able to get those keys done or see what pops up. So that's where he's at right now. And basically just keeping a steady pace going, and if at any point you do have to like kind of slow down and maybe take time to do one task or whatever, that you are in fact working on all the other tasks or preparing for tasks you think could occur. So whether that be looking for materials for shipments that you think you might get, looking for materials for other productions, or simply selling items for your coins tasks and leaving it uncollected. You know, always be working on something. And more importantly, always remember to look at all of your options before making your selection and take everything into consideration before doing so. All right, you guys, hopefully this was helpful for you level 11 players. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up on Facebook and or on the SimCity game itself. But I can't give you guys an answer on what task is your correct choice without seeing your entire list and knowing what's going on in your city. I cannot tell you how many people will ask me questions that I cannot provide answers to because I don't have enough information. If I don't have your entire list, I cannot tell you what the correct choice is. Okay? And people are always thinking that there is some easy, oh, you know, if you have a 720 nails versus a 2,000 point blah blah, which one is the correct choice? I can't tell you that. For all I know, the nails are the correct choice. It depends on your situation. It really, really does. And for people to try to simplify it, it just doesn't work that way. Okay, so take everything into consideration before making your selection. Always consider everything. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here for a little bit and try to get some things done, and then we will see if I record again later today.